And what's going on, everybody? It is your boy. I'm gonna be talking about taking a risk anyway, because you're kind of already doing it. And what most people, either they accept it and just let it be what it's gonna be, or maybe they don't realize it, is that whether you chase your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish in life or not, you're always taking a risk. Going to sleep, you're taking a risk. Stepping outside of your bedroom, your household, your workplace, going to your workplace, commute. Every day, you're taking a risk at something. Whether it's something that you're familiar with doing, whether it's something that you have no idea about, right? You can be an excellent driver, pro racer. You're still taking a risk every single time, because there's always outside factors that could interrupt or mitigate what you got going on, right? For instance, myself. I've gotten in my head and I'm like, okay, well, shit. That maybe this business venture is business venture, or trying to do this or do this or do that, it's too big of a risk. This could happen, this could happen, this could happen. I think when we get stuck in that, I don't want to say fear, because I feel like even though fear is a very prevalent part of it, I don't think that's the root. I think it's just more so of the uncertainty, right? The life's uncertain. So that's why I'm like, okay, let's just take the risk anyway, because you're already doing it, right? And everything that you deal with on a daily basis, mundane tasks, simple stuff to the difficult stuff, you're taking a risk every single time. So why not bet on you? You're taking a risk at getting fired or getting laid off at your job every time you go to work. At any point in time, a company can get bought out. It doesn't even have to be a thing where like you're just right? It doesn't even have to be that type of thing, right? It could be a thing where it's just like, hey man, company's bought out, so here's your pension, if that, and good luck with life. So you're always taking a risk, guys. You're always taking a risk, right? We're always taking a risk. So bet on you. Bet on you. Bet on your ability, right? There's nothing wrong with betting on you, because at least at this point in life, or wherever you're at in your situation, you can like, okay, well, at least I tried, right? There's so many people, and I feel bad for people, because I've heard so many stories, I've read articles, YouTube videos where people get older and they've always wanted to attempt something, right? Whether it's through pop culture, old guy wanting a Corvette, never got the Corvette, dying wish to get a Corvette, or whatever it is that it may be. There's so many people that live with regret, and regrets, so guys, regret, when you're full of regret, and you don't want that. You don't want to be that. I know I don't want that. I don't necessarily know what you want, but and I don't necessarily know who this video is for. You'll never know until you know, right? You'll never know until you know. Your music career doesn't work out the way you planned it, right? And you might not get to that superstar level that you want to be at, but you can take care of your family. You can take care, if you have one, you can take care of yourself. You can pay rent, do what you got to do, pay your mortgage, wherever you're at in life. But you took the risk. You get what I'm saying? Like, you took the risk. You bet on you, right? And it's uncertainty that I believe that most people, that keeps us in that deferral, right? That deferral from our dreams. Well, it's like, well, this is a big thing, and a lot of people want to do this, and very so few people do this. Very so few people become millionaires, but people do become millionaires. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not impossible. It's probable. It's not impossible. Is it going to take hard work? Yes. Is it going to take sacrifice? Yes. Is it going to take you maybe not going out some nights? Yes. Is it going to take you, if you got any vices, is it going to take you to stop doing, whatever makes you tick? Yes. It's going to take some level of sacrifice. but everything does. You know, let's say you don't go for your dream job or your goal or your career, and you just stick a regular job. There's uncertainty in that. There's uncertainty that you'll have that job tomorrow. There's uncertainty that the company might fail. There's uncertainty that the company might get bought out. There's uncertainty that payroll can have an issue. There's always uncertainty no matter what in life. Always. So if there's something that you want to achieve in this lifetime, in the odd 100 years that we got as the human species, take the risk. Now, I'm not promoting violence or anything out of the ordinary in terms of taking the risk, but take the risk. Bet on you. Bet on yourself. Bet on your ability. If you lack the ability, work on it. Practice. Take the time out. Dedicate hours to X, Y, and Z. You know, whatever it is that you may be. It's not impossible. And I think once we realize that you're taking the risk anyway, whether you're a regular Joe Schmo working a 9 to 5, or you want to be a millionaire, you know, in 2 years. Each path has its own risk, right? And then I know you got a lot of people that be like, well, it's hard, and it's all hard. Each path has its own various levels of difficulty. Some a little bit more than others, but there's still difficulty among each path. So why not take the risk, right? Why not be like, you know what? I'm going to bet on me. I'm going to dive in. I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to bet on me. So do that. There's nothing wrong with betting on yourself, but you got to be fully committed to betting on yourself. And I believe that also plays a major part in taking the risk of chasing your dreams, chasing your goals. You know, making that $1 million, you know, starting that business, you know, getting into better shape. You gotta go all in. You gotta go all in. You can't half step it. You can't, you know, like they say in the streets, you can't be half stepping. It's either you all the way in or you all the way out. There is no in between. There is no mid ground, right? You gotta be completely dedicated, putting hours in. You know, it's 11 o'clock. You did a 12-hour shift. 1 a.m. is when you're going to go to bed. You get home at 11, right? Let's say you do get home at 11, right? You get home at 11, but you're trying to build something of whatever it is, whether it's your physique, whether it's your wallet, whether it's your fashion. You have to put in the time and the effort and the dedication that it's going to take, because you're doing that either way. I'm going to give you an example with the 9 to 5. You have to get up at a certain time. You got to be there at a certain time. So you're already disciplining yourself to conform to not necessarily a dream, but what you're doing, right? You're already taking the disciplinary steps, you know, to get to work, to make sure that you got gas money, you know, or however you commute to work. You know, some people travel from state to state to train. You know, if you're not at that train station by a certain time, you just miss work. Right? You just miss work. So there's always discipline, whether you take the regular Joe Schmo life or you go all in and bet on yourself. There's always going to be some form of discipline that needs to be enacted on a daily basis in order you to sustain and maintain, right? There's always going to be some sort of level of discipline. So why not bet on yourself, right? If you start an anime business, right? Go ahead. It's going to take a bit more work, but you're working anyway. You see how it's all kind of falling back? There's a risk anyway. There's a risk that you might get fired. There's a risk that you might get laid off. There's a risk that this business might not work. There's a risk that this YouTube channel might not grow. There's a risk that this might not happen. No, this might not happen. It is a constant, prevalent thing that risk is very apparent, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. So guys, if you got a dream that you're trying to chase, if you got a goal that you're trying to make, take the risk anyway. Or don't. but I think you should, right? So for this video, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. I truly appreciate it, from the bottom, the top, the side, the left, horizontal, everywhere. I appreciate it, really do. If you guys liking the motivational content and the art creations that I make, subscribe. Please, man, take care. Have a good one.